I'm Heather Copfer, and I'm a theater major, performing arts. It's a choreographed piece of violence that it's telling a story, and especially for stage combat, it's meant for theater, so it's for an audience. Have to make sure that they're safe, the actors are safe, and it's looking as realistic as possible. Well, it's definitely physically active, so you have to make sure you're properly stretched, you're properly warmed up, and you're working with a script too. So you're focusing on a story as well as making sure your body is well prepared to follow the story through and give it the performance that it deserves. So it's kind of, you can't have one without the other. The body and mind have to be together. So we're performing for a Fight Master next week, and we're doing a broadsword performance and we're doing a small sword performance. So broadsword, it's a little different from small sword. It's more animalistic, more aggressive. You use two hands as opposed to one hand. Whereas small sword, it's not as animalistic. It's more light, it's faster because the sword isn't as heavy. So for broadsword, I'm performing a scene from St. Joan, and I'm playing Joan of Arc. And then for small sword, it's a scene from Zastrossi. So we just go in front of this fight master and perform our scenes, and if he thinks we pass, then we are certified in those weapons. Definitely the instructor. She's pretty high up there with stage combat. She's certified in I don't know how many different weapons. She's really good at what she does in teaching us different styles, different techniques, proper ways to do parries in proper stances. So she's probably the biggest influence in the stage combat. My favorite's definitely the broadsword. I like the broadsword more than the small sword just because it's more aggressive, it's more full body. It's just more physically demanding, I feel. And with small sword, I don't feel as physically active. And I just think broadsword's more fun. They're both fun, but broadsword's great. So when we get our script for our different scenes, besides stretching, getting our body ready, we have to figure out our character. Because is this character a fighter? Is it a non-fighter? It's gonna affect how you portray the part and your body as well. So you go over lines, you figure out an objective, you figure out what they want from your opponent, how you go about it, different tactics. So it can really have a different impression on how a scene is perceived and how it progresses. And it's definitely a lot of work. It's not easy. This college is very, I guess user-friendly would be a term to use. There's a lot of resources when you need help. There's the Learning Center, there's Andrea, she's the head of the whole theater department, so if I ever have any questions on what classes I need to take, how do I go about this and that, she's very helpful in that field. Professors here are great. I enjoyed my English class a lot. It's definitely different than high school. It's very open, and the instructors here are great. They tell you who to talk to, they tell you which class prefixes you want to look up, it lists descriptions. It's just very informative and directive, especially if you don't know what you want to do. They even help you figure that out. And they're like, okay, get your generals out of the way and then figure out your electives and what you want to participate in. Well, definitely getting associates in theater is something that could look good on a resume, and even getting an associate's can transfer over to a university and you can further your training in acting, stage combat if you want to progress in that with different weaponry. And it gives you the opportunity to just have a broader experience and broader horizons of training in just one element that has so many different parts to it that can help you in your career, what you want to do, and just, it definitely plays a role in your future. I just like how there's so many different classes for so many different things. Like there's the directing class, there's stage combat, there's voiceover, there's modern drama where you study different styles of theater and different like naturalism, surrealism, and taking a play and breaking it down to figure out its parts. There's it's just a very broad range, and you have so many different choices and opportunities, stage makeup even. Like, that's cool.